Bioforge is an action-adventure game developed by Origin Systems and published by Electronic Arts for DOS and Windows. It was released in 1995, but requiring 8MB of RAM and a 486 CPU with a minimum of 33 MHz. A lot of people, including myself, just didn't have the hardware to run it. I actually held the box back in the day and lovingly pored over the graphics. Remember, hardware 3D accelerators just weren't that common at the time. It was marketed as a movie-like production with in-depth plot and had 22 different voice actors. True to their marketing, the plot here is massive. I'll try and condense it to an understandable but brief synopsis, but it's still going to be pretty long. It's the future. An organisation known as the Rectulum ruined the universe. Their main foe is the group of religious extremists known as the Mondites, and they believe in the evolution of man through cybernetic implants, and it's their aim to rule the galaxy. As is par for the course in this kind of game, they have an insane leader, the Prime Paragon. Still with me? Because there's lots more. Years ago, a Rectulum ship, they were the first guys that I mentioned, found an ancient spaceship that had aliens in stasis. They transferred one alien on board for examination, but it woke up and destroyed everything until the ship itself self-destructed. The fast-thinking captain managed to record a log beforehand, but the Bowl Mondites, they were the second guys I mentioned, intercepted the distress call before the Rectulum received it. The Mondites examined the destroyed ship's remains and find out the aliens' homeworld. These were long believed to be extinct. Then a mad scientist subjects people to experiments in his Assassin Biologically Augmented project, ABA for short, with technology borrowed from the aliens' homeworld, and after a long period of just mutilating bodies, he finally succeeds. As with the Rectulum's earlier bad judgment though, an alien is accidentally revived and goes on a chaotic spree throughout the complex, damaging the reactor and killing most of the base's personnel in the progress. When the game finally starts, you control a cyborg who wakes up in a cell on the alien's homeworld where this base is situated, with no memory at all. Trust me people, this was actually the short version. The main driving force behind this game is the search for answers. Who are you? The truth behind the cult, the truth behind the research station, the alien race and more. You solve problems, look at logs and journals for clues, and of course fight as you do so. When your identity is finally revealed, nothing else happens however. It's quite odd. You simply just have to escape. The brief ending does not matter however, as the story of what happened to you is quite unique. Split evenly between combat, exploration and problem solving, with amazing graphics for the time, that stand up today and will be appreciated by retro fans, Bioforge is a well done game. Known for pushing computers to the limits back upon its release, its combination of 2D and 3D graphics looks similar to Alone in the Dark. A plot which starts out well transcends into awkward combat, too few logical puzzles, and unfortunately just melts away. It's a good looking sci-fi horror game, and I'm sure if I played it upon its release I would have loved it, but it just seems lacking today. A bit clunky to control, a fascinating plot, and an abrupt ending, but still worth a try if you haven't played it.
Overload imminent. Warning. Reactor breach. 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 Overload imminent.